Hello everyone. So today we are going to create this Niagara flamethrower effect. So actually I'm going to implement the flamethrower as the next weapon in this third-person shooter series. So first we need some kind of a particle effect for that. So first let's implement this flamethrower Niagara particle effect, and then we will look into how to implement the flamethrower as a gun. So today from scratch we will implement this flame Niagara particle system. Okay, so this is the flamethrower model we have in this project, imported into the project. So yeah, before implementing the flamethrower mechanics, we need a flame, a particle system to represent the flame. So that's what I'm going to implement first. Alright, so yeah, about this model we have all the reload animations and shoot animations and everything. So gun model is finished. Let's create a Niagara effect for the flame first. Right, so at the moment I have put all the muzzle flashes under weapon pack, muzzle flash pack, particles. So here let's create a new Niagara system, new system from selected emitters. So here I think we can use, let's use this fountain, a looping fountain spray, and add that emitter. Let's name it NS flamethrower. Right, let's open it. So this is what we have by default. So it's spraying some particles, some sprites upward. So yeah, first thing I'm going to change is here we have this add velocity in cone. So here you can see the cone axis is upwards, that by setting is set to 1 and other two axes to 0, that means it's upward. So I'll make Z0 and make X1. So that means now the cone is facing X direction. So the reason to set it is because usually X direction is the forward direction in Unreal. So I can just directly attach this flamethrower into the gun's nozzle, flamethrower model's nozzle. Right, so before starting to work on the material, let's just set up the basic overview of the flamethrower particle here. So I think we need some faster speed, so I'll set minimum speed to 800, maximum to 1200, and also here we have gravity force, but I don't think, yeah, a flame usually don't fall like some heavy objects. So let's add a small upward gravity so that it will, as it moves forward, it will move up. Right, and on the spawn rate, let's make it 400. Yeah, or maybe 500. I don't know, like when we set the material we will need to change these values. Okay. Corner, maybe we can reduce it like this. Yeah, now it's too straight. So let's set the gravity, instead of 10, let's use 100. Now it's better, it's kind of moving upward. Now let's implement the color. So here under particle update, let's set color and select this color option. Now all you get is this static color change. So here you can just set a color, but this is not the way I want to proceed. So click on this drop down, and under dynamic inputs we have color from curve. So when you go here, we get some space to specify the color. So here right click and add the key. Let's make this yellow at this stage, and after that let's add another key. Let's make it red. Right, and after that here let's make it black. Right, and in here select this again. If I change this V value, increase it, you can see we get some shininess here. So maybe not. So it shows the intensity of the flame is higher at the beginning. And the red, and also you might have noticed, like as here the curve index is connected to normalized edge. So that means at the beginning edge is 0. Here edge is basically the lifetime of the particle. So at the end, in these points under, you can set the opacity, and in here you can set the colors. So here maybe we can increase the opacity a little bit and move it as well. Yeah. So if I bring the black here, we should start to see black. Right, that's enough for now as for the color. So the next thing I want to work on is the scale of the particles. So for that, here again under particle update we have scale and scale sprite size. Here also we have a static vector for x scale and y scale. If you just increase this, particle will just get bigger, but this is not the way I want to proceed. At the beginning I need the particle to be smaller, and as it reaches the end of the flamethrower, end of the particle, end of the flame, it should become bigger. So here again under dynamic input we can add a vector 2D from curve. So here as you can see, what this vector has is at the beginning the scale is 0, at the end scale is at the beginning scale is 1, at the end scale is 0, but I want to be the opposite. So at the beginning, that means times 0, I'll set the scale to 0.2 for both x curve and y curve, and at the end it should be, I don't know, 6, not enough, 10, right, both x and y scale. Right, that's it. Now we're starting to see something like a flamethrower system particle. What if we make the beginning a little bluish? It may not be realistic, but I think it would look cool. Yeah, you can add any color you like. I think I just having some blue would be cool. Right. Now the reason we don't get the black, maybe because of something has to do with this default sprite material. Yeah, okay, so let's now let's change the material. Instead of this one, let's have some other material. Okay, before that, let's put this in the game world and see how it looks. It already looks good enough for the tutorial. But we see this circles, that's not okay. Oh wait, maybe we shouldn't see these individual circles in the beginning. So I think we can underscale instead of 0.2. What if we make it 2? Right now we don't see the individual scales, individual spheres, circles. See, but still it would be better if it is a bit smaller. Oh, I said to 1, but we start to see the individual spheres. So anyway, I'll just keep it as 1 here as the initial scale. Right, now again let's create a new material for this one. First let's duplicate this default material that we have, and let's start modifying it. So it is in the under Niagara content. If you go here and press this magnifier icon, it will show here as the default sprite material. Don't edit this one, because if you edit this one, it will these changes you do here will affect other projects as well. So maybe put it under, oh wait, where is it again? Let's copy this to one of our project folders under materials, muscle flashback material. Copy this. Right, now where is it? Default sprite material. I'll change it M flame. Right, and select this one and use it as the material you are going to use for this flamethrower Niagara effect. Right, now double click M flame, so you will get this material that you have. Now we need some kind of a flamey look here. Right, now to give some fiery characteristic to this flamethrower, if I stop the simulation here, you can see it's just, we don't see any type of a texture or a pattern in this flame. So we need to have some kind of a pattern to make it look like a fire. So for that, I have imported this texture, this sort of like lava texture, lava looking texture. Let me import this here. And one more thing, we don't get the black here because we are using the additive blend mode. So if I change this to translucent, we should get the black. See, now we have black here. So if I simulate, you can see the black, and with that we see some artifacts as well, but let's resolve it later. Right, now to give some texture here, I'll use this texture, actually a multiplier of this texture, maybe just the red channel. Before connecting this output to the emissive color, I'll use this, multiply it with the red channel of this texture. So here now we have some type of texture. So if I apply, you will start to see some texture in the fire, but it's not actually good. If I stop the simulation, can I go closer? Oh, I can't go closer. Alright, so here you see actually some effects. Right, now we can give some movement to this as well, not just make it plain. But before that, I don't think we need these black patches in this area. So what if we add some multiply here, like 4. Right, now those black patches are removed up to some extent. Right, so how to give some movement to this pattern? So for that, we can use texture coordinate, and connect a panel here and connect it to the UVs. And here I don't need to change it vertically, so I'll give some Y speed. Let's make it 1. See, now you see when the particle updates, we see some movement. So here also we should see that movement now. See, right, better. And if I play it now, it's much better. In the level also it looks good now, starting to look good. But the only problem is we see some kind of glittering effect, and because of the fire it's okay, but I think it would be better if we can get rid of this, I don't know, this clipping type of effect that we have here. So I think this would not happen if I keep the additive blend mode, but then I will not get the black. See, now we don't have that clipping effect, but we don't have black. Right, so what can we do? I'm gonna keep this as translucent because we need no, wait, let's keep this additive and let's duplicate this 𝐸 translucent. So now we have two materials. This one I'll change to translucent. This is the same material, and then in here let me duplicate this emitter, and as the material I'll select 𝐸 translucent. Now we get the blackness as well. Also we don't see that that clipping effect, so it looks much better now actually. Right, so but now we have doubled the particle count, so since we have two emitters, maybe we can reduce the spawn rate as well. So I'll keep this one to 300 and this one to 200. Right, it looks much better now. Also, if I need to increase the black smoke, here under color we can move the black color closer to the starting area, so it will increase the black smokes. Yeah, now we start to see black color early on, which gives a much more realistic look. Alright, I think with that we can stop this episode. Right, also I just created this flame like texture with the alpha layer with some transparency, so just to give some flame like characteristic to the material. So here I think if we just using this same panel, if we multiply the alpha value before connecting the alpha opacity here with this one, we should get some even more flame like characteristic here. It's kind of obvious here, but if I apply it in here, you will see the difference. See, now it looks more like a flame more like fire compared to what we had before. And yeah, here also it looks better. Alright, so with this I'm gonna stop this episode. And here if I just move this fire around, you can see how it would behave. Let me rotate this. Right, okay, so with this I'm gonna stop this episode, and thanks for watching. So as always, project files will be available for the download through Patreon page, link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.